What's up, YouTuber? Would you cut it out? I'm just kidding. Got my boy Ben up in here. Got his girl up in here, Shelby. By the way, she doesn't drive a Shelby, she drives a Toyota. Got the smart one up in here. Anyways, so got Ben up in here to give me a hand with some of this stuff. Just came hang out. I was like, hey, you don't mind giving me a hand? So I figured we just start working on this firewall. We're gonna box this in. We're gonna use a piece of metal right here. There's way too many jacked up holes up in here, and I don't really like that. So we're gonna close this up. I'm gonna weld this up right here. I'm gonna weld this in with the weld, close all this up, and all the other ones, and then move on to the other side. We're gonna close this one as well here, and maybe box this in as well. And of course, finish that. We see how far I'm gonna get today with this, but that's kind of the plan. It's welding, fabbing stuff, and as you can tell, we don't have to still waiting on the right-hand drive, which is kind of got going on up in here. Yo, I don't mind. You just keep going. You just keep going. And like I mentioned earlier, we got one side all welded up. While we're waiting on the firewall from HMO, right-hand drive, we're just gonna go ahead and weld this up. It's all gonna be primer in the back and everything, all cleaned up in primer, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you this again. Box it in very nice, weld it up, weld the whole bay, all the sealer's been taken off. So this is gonna be, I don't know if you can tell, but if you didn't have the core support right here, this would be just bending right over. Solid, solid. As you can tell, I just removed the sealer right there as well. My buddy's gonna come over, Richard, with the CRX K24 Turbo. He's bringing me some more wire because I ran out of wire. I've been running two spool of wire on this. This is almost 2 spool of wire. I probably just added like 10 pounds worth of weight to the bait right there, but it's gonna be nice and clean and solid once it's all done. As you can tell, I just welded everything up. It's gonna be, next process is gonna be the grinding down, finishing, and then bonding. But for now, I'm gonna box in this other side, as you can tell, and close in the rest of the holes, weld everything up. See that? See the gap right there? It's gonna be nice and welded very nice and strong. So when I'm taking a corner or something stiff, ain't nothing giving on this because it's all welded up. There's no flexion on this, period. So, and I'm gonna do the same thing right here. Once I weld the firewall in place, it's gonna be the same way. I'm gonna weld this thing like all the spot welds and weld it in the front and in the back area. So it's gonna be super solid. Same thing with the floor. I'm gonna weld the floor on top, all the seam welder on top and the bottom, and all the spot welds. So as you can tell right there, I drew some holes that I did not supposed to drill, and I just weld them back up. And then I also weld around it a little bit, just kind of make this stronger. So when I weld the subframe, it's really solid in there, you know. See, I weld both sides, weld this side, that side, same thing on that side. So when it's screwed onto the subframe, it's gonna be stiffer. But that's kind of what we got going on. I'm just gonna go ahead and just change the wire brush wheel and then start cleaning up all this, so that way I can just weld all these pieces up. Tonight I want to get all these done. Tonight I want to weld it all up. You know what I'm saying? I want to weld up the whole deal right here, and then I'm gonna wait on the firewall. Once that comes in, I'm gonna have to weld on that side as well. Actually, this is a little bit more work than I anticipated to do on this bay, but I think it's way worth it. I think once it's done, and you know, you can see that hole right there, nice. Now you got double the metal, so you got the frame and you got this piece on top, so you got extra strength in there, you know what I'm saying, as far as that goes. So I also stripped the bottom bolts. I drilled through the nuts so I can just drop my bolt through and tighten it down. So it's gonna be very nice. It's not gonna have a lot of play, because as you know, the bracket that comes for this, when you put it over, it's got a play. It's got maybe like, I don't know, like 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter space. So it's still got a little bit of play, but now with this, it's gonna be really rigid, solid. It's not gonna go back and forth, but it's gonna be very nice once it's all grinded down and bonded it, and it's gonna be clean. I'm gonna bond it all up. I'm gonna seal it. You know what I mean? So yeah, buddy. I'm gonna seam seal on the bottom. Everything in the back is gonna be seam seal. Right here, I'm just gonna primer the welds, and then I'm just gonna bond it. You know. And I was gonna use the seam sealer on this only if I wasn't going to this right here in the back. I might use a seam sealer. I'm not sure. We see how I'm gonna do about that. But I definitely want to make this smooth right here and make all this smooth. But there's gonna be a lot of seam sealer, especially on the bottom, especially where the water is. I'm not so much worried about the engine bay as much as on the inside, because underneath, that's where the water goes in. So, you know, I'm gonna have to grind everything. See all these welds, I'm gonna have to grind this all the way down, especially on this right here with the meat, you know. I'm gonna have to grind all this down, primer it. They're gonna use a seam sealer real good over all the welds. Yeah, buddy. But see that plate where it cover all this ugliness right here. Everybody does it different. That's just kind of how I thought about it, and I just had the metal. I think that's a 12 gauge metal that I built my boy Gringo that works for Proyecto Racing. I built his ITB scoop, like for the ITB airbox, out of that metal. So I still got some left off of that. Can you believe that? That's been like what, 4 or 5 years. So yeah, as soon as this guy gets here, I'm gonna get back to welding on this. I'm gonna clean up all the holes that I'm gonna weld up, and I'm hoping to have this all welded up tonight. You know, next process is gonna be all grinding down and cleaning it up. I'm not gonna bond or anything right here so far, because I'm gonna have to weld the firewall when it comes in, but I can bundle from this point backwards at front. I can clean it up from here down, because actually I'm not going to have a everything I'm gonna weld right here is not gonna be so, it's not gonna get so hot, but anything right here, I think it will get really hot, and I'm afraid that it might melt the bundle or whatever I'm gonna be doing up here. Also, having the firewall kind of cool too, because I can close some of these caps off. So but yeah, buddy, stay tuned till the next step on this, buddy. It's kind of cold. It's probably like 35 degrees right now. 35 is pretty cold. I had the window up, the garage door open, because it's the welding is just really smoking in here really bad. Makes it really bad. So I'm just probably gonna go ahead and clean that out real quick, and then just gonna start sweeping some of this mess. So you know me, I'm very crazy about OCD with cleaning. So this right here is, for me, it's like about to drive me nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back over here.